disclaimer. Everything that is said on this episode and any of my episodes are all my personal opinion, okay? Don't kill the messenger. These are just the thoughts that I have. And I'm sure you or somebody you know may have the same thoughts. And I'm just sharing mine. Again, don't kill the messenger. Thank you. Welcome back to the Not Quite There podcast, y'all, where we navigate this chaos we call life through candid and vulnerable conversation. Exactly. The topic that we're going to talk about today is social media. We're going to talk about social media today. I personally, and listen, just a very quick disclaimer. Everything that is said on this episode and any of my episodes are all my personal opinion. Okay? Don't kill the messenger. These are just the thoughts that I have. And I'm sure you or somebody you know may have the same thoughts. And I'm just sharing mine. Again, don't kill the messenger. Thank you. Moving on. Today we're talking about social media. Okay? Personally, I feel like the plot of social media is lost, long gone. It's been wrapped up, torn down, burned up, buried in the ground. And like, I don't know, this redefinition of what social media has become is really kind of just like, hmm. You get me? For starters, social media has become a huge popularity contest. Do you agree? I think you can agree with me on that. It's become a popularity contest. This idea of like who has the better pictures, who edits the best, who has the better video edits, who has the better like more eye capturing and like attention grabbing and hooking in your audience and stuff like that. Like the original intention behind social media was to connect with people, connect with friends, connect with family members, connect with some it has over time evolved for you to be able to connect with strangers, right? But like let's think about former social media platforms that have been evolved over time. So we had Uvu, we had Omegle, we had AOL, we had BBM, we had AIM, we had Nintendo DS chat. You were able to chat with your friends on Nintendo DS. You remember those days? I know you do. Yeah, so like social media from, MySpace, Tumblr, Kick, we had like just a plethora of different early social media interaction platforms that were built with the intention of connecting with people that you don't normally get to connect with all the time on an everyday basis, like people you don't go to school with but they may be mutuals of somebody, or people you know from your old hometown that you moved and now you go to a different school and now y'all don't get to see each other anymore every day, so y'all are able to connect on social media. Just being able to connect with people that you don't normally get to connect with on an everyday basis was the intention behind, the creation of social media connection. Okay. From the early days of like MySpace and things like that, it slowly started to evolve into Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, X, and other platforms where you were able to showcase different things outside of just thoughts. Like originally it was just thoughts and maybe like a quick photo or two, but now you're able to showcase videos, you're able to showcase talent, you're able to showcase art, you're able to showcase political messages, you're able to showcase your opinion like I am doing today. You're able to showcase a lot of different aspects of your life through the different platforms that have been created through the evolution of the prior platforms that we all started on as a 98 baby. Please keep that in mind. So the evolution of social media also came with a lot of downfalls, right? Though the evolution of social media has gotten us to a place from connection, like more so social connection, to more so a social connection, content creativity space. We've accepted that as the years have passed and as the platforms have evolved. And then with that comes the idea of content intimidation. So with content intimidation, people that create content It started again because things move so quickly, technology advances so fast, and this idea of an algorithm, right? All these technological terms that make you really really go crazy in terms of just wanting to post. I guess that differentiates the people between that differentiates between the people that just want to post and the people that are looking for like virality, right? We're going to get into virality in a second. But this idea of content intimidation has brought us to this like place in society where people are scared to put out their like most genuine thoughts, their most genuine lives, their most genuine selves, some of the things that some of the things that happen behind closed doors that they really feel like they can connect with other people around the world, right? Because now we're in this place where instead of just connecting with your close friends and people in your neighborhood and people that you've gone to school with, now you're connecting with strangers all around the world. And I am going to talk about, it's going to be a completely different episode, this idea of parasocial relationships, because the relationships between people on social media and the content creators, like the commenters and the content creators, it's a wild place. Comment sections are a very, very, very intense place on some of these platforms, a lot of these platforms. So, this idea of content intimidation brings us to like, yes, we've gotten to a place where we have again evolved from connection to content creation and creativity. And now that we've accepted that as a norm on these social media platforms, even that has advanced in different ways. The way that technology advanced, again, even things like the algorithm, certain posts and certain keywords that you use, and certain filters even that you use, certain aspects of the app that you use, all these things kind of factor into how much eyes and how much people you can reach with your content, right? And then you get to the idea of like a saturated industry. A lot of people have this fear that there are so many people creating this type of content. What are the odds that mine is going to be seen and liked and widely accepted in a way that's going to make me monetize and allow me to make money off of this type of content? We're also going to talk about commodifying content as well. Like, once this idea of monetization became a thing on social media platforms, it went wild. The world went crazy, and every single time you scroll, every platform you're on, it doesn't even matter. Even on streaming platforms, when you're not even on social media scrolling on a phone, it's an ad. There's ads. And let me not act like, ads are a new thing, right? We've always had commercials since the dawn of time. However, have you noticed that the shift in the type of ads and the shift in the type of commercials and the things that are broadcasted on your screens, on your cell phone screens, on your iPad screens, on your TV screens, the type of ads have completely drastically shifted. They're not even fun anymore. Orbit commercial.
Cootie queen? Who are you calling a cootie queen, you lint liquor? Pickle you, kumquat!
You're overreacting.
No, Bill, overreacting was when I put your convertible into a wood chipper. Stinky McStink face!
You Hoboken
will forever be top 5 best commercial ever created. Like, I swear to you, because it was simple. It's funny. It keeps the attention. Skittles commercials, even, like, it kept the attention of the people that are watching, because even though it's a commercial and you're waiting for your content to come back on, or you're waiting for whatever you're watching to come back on, it's a little entertainment in between the entertainment, keeping the viewers engaged in what is actually being broadcasted on the screen. However, we are now becoming the ads. Like, we're doing the revenue and creating the content for these companies. Why? Because everything is monetized now. You can get paid for everything. TikTok Shop. I think I saw an ad. Where was it? I saw an ad somewhere where I've never ever normally seen an ad before. I was like, oh, this isn't. I think it was maybe Instagram Reels or something like that. Like I was watching an Instagram Reel or something, and don't quote me. I really don't know where I saw the ad at, but I saw an ad somewhere. It just popped up, and I was just like, yo, this where all of a sudden there's ads on this platform. That's crazy. But everything is for money now, and everybody wants to go viral. This idea of creating content for money versus creating content for passion and creating content because that's something that you truly just love to do. That's something that you enjoy. That's something that you would do even if you're not getting paid to do it, i.e., me doing this podcast. There's no money coming out of this right now, yet I'm not monetized for this podcast yet. I didn't go into it for that either. I created and started this podcast simply because I knew that I have a passion for yapping. Like I I sit up here and I talk to my phone for 30 plus minutes, 40 plus minutes on end and then edit all of that footage. It's fun. I like it. You know, it's just me. I have a passion for it. It's something that I really, really enjoy doing. And even though a lot of people don't really like, let me not say a lot of people don't engage. I do get a lot of engagement on certain content on certain platforms. You see, now we're going to go back to platforms. I have a whole ranking system that we're going to get into for certain specific social media platforms that we often use on a day-to-day basis. We'll get into that in a second. However, it's just like this aspect of virality and going viral and monetization has really driven us to a place with content where it's just like, ugh, like, are you even genuine about what you're saying? Like, oh my God, guys, I found the best run, don't walk. Like, everybody is the best. You got to run and don't walk everywhere. Everything is the best thing you've ever tried. It's not possible. Where are the where are the genuine and honest creators that literally like put their honest opinions out there for us real people to see and to relate to? There's not a lot of relatable content out there, and the creators that do create a lot of relatable content for a specific audience, they kind of get demonized on social media sometimes. Again, according to the platform, they get demonized and people be looking at them as if they are the crazy ones, as if they are the ones who have a crazy opinion or like an unpopular opinion. And sometimes, yeah, some of those things do be unpopular opinions, but we're all human. We all have opinions, whether they be relatable or not, unpopular or popular. We all have an opinion. And I just think that we need to get back to a space where where's the genuineness? Is that the word I'm looking for? I believe so. Where's the genuineness in the content nowadays? Like, I can't believe every single run, don't walk. How many times? Every single place you've ever tried is a run, don't walk. Let's be for real. Right? So now I want to track us back to engagement on different platforms. Now, I took the liberty of ranking certain specific social media platforms by Starburst flavors. Let's take a ride. We're going to go with the original Starburst flavors, okay? We got the pink, we got the red, we got the yellow, and we got the orange. Okay? Okay. Again, disclaimer. My personal opinion. Thank you. To me, pink Starburst, that's my favorite. So I'm going according to in the order that I'm going is according to my favorite, how I would pick the flavors out of the original pack. Okay, so boom, we're going pink first. I think TikTok is the equivalent to the pink Starburst, right? Why I say that, on TikTok, it's more like, it's more freedom on TikTok. Like people really, that's where you get authenticity for real. Like good, bad, ugly, beautiful, heroic, special, evil. Like you get every single aspect of human nature on TikTok. Like you really do. Yes, it's a good and bad thing because some of the content is censored, some of it is not. So like you get to see some really wild things on TikTok. But for the most part, majority of the content on TikTok is like people laughing and people just expressing like, sometimes their sadnesses, sometimes expressing their frustrations, just releasing their inhibitions on a platform where they know they're going to be able to get somebody that can relate. And there is an audience for everything, literally everything. There's an audience for literally everything on TikTok. It's easier to get engagement on TikTok because people are more likely to see something, and if it grabs their attention or if it's like, something that maybe they might like or something like that, they're more susceptible to liking and sharing. And I can't tell you, even I have two TikTok pages, right? I have a TikTok page for my podcast and I have a personal TikTok page. People just be adding videos to their favorites. Why are they adding the video to their favorites? I don't know. Something I said, maybe it's the sound I used. Sometimes it's me just speaking like my opinion and they're favoriting the video. So it's like you get to reach a wider audience on TikTok. You get to be able to really just like post whatever you want without fear of judgment and without fear of like if you don't get a lot of engagement, it's okay. Like you can post videos. At one time I was posting videos on TikTok. Still currently sometimes to this day, I'm posting videos on TikTok and I'm only getting 200 views, 300 views, 400 views. Like it really depends on what I post. I do a lot of voiceover content. On my personal TikTok. So like I'll get viewership sometimes, but also with anything, consistency is the key. So if you consistently post like on a regular basis, whatever is regular to you, whatever you assess to be regular according to your life, then the consistency will get you to where you really want to get to on TikTok. However, aside from engagement, you really are able to, you just get that sense of freedom to just post what you want to post for real. Pink Starburst. Next, we're moving on to the red starburst. I think that the red starburst is Twitter. Why I say that is because you can get lucky on Twitter, like to go viral, right? If this is your goal, your goal is to go viral. If your goal is to like really really get your something, whatever you want to get out there, or even like maybe you want to promote your music or you want to promote something, but you really need to get eyes on your platform first, you go to Twitter and you say some outlandish stuff sometimes, or you share like a really really intriguing thought or story or something like that, like a thread of parts of the story that like how Risa Tisa did that 37 part, however many parts of that story it was on TikTok. You can do something like that on Twitter and just post threads of like a story, and people will literally sit there and engage with every single thread of that post. You know what I'm saying? It's more open in terms of like the type of content you can post. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. And it's just very more seductive, more X-rated content on Twitter. But also there's like two different types of Twitter, right? There's Twitter and then there's Black Twitter. Shout out to Black Twitter for real. Shout out to Black Twitter. Me personally, I've never been a person that used, or I never really utilized Twitter for what it was essentially when it came out. I never really hopped on it. It just was like oh, Twitter, right? I tried to get onto Twitter after the wave kind of was rode, And for me, I feel like getting on Twitter now, like, and like I said, consistency is the key to all things. So this can be a partially incorrect assessment of, what I'm about to say. But I feel like if I were to get on Twitter now, like I wouldn't do great in terms of engagement, in terms of like trying to reach the world with my podcast, because that's really what I want to do. I want to reach the world. I don't think that I would do the greatest on Twitter right now because I haven't been consistent. Like I would have to start fresh, start anew. But like again, consistency. So if I do start fresh, start anew and like post on there regularly like I do with other apps and things that I'm on, other platforms that I showcase my content, then I could probably make some shake, you know? But again, there's Black Twitter, there's regular Twitter. Black Twitter is for jokes, comedy, jokes and comedy. A kiki, you want to laugh. You having a bad day and you really want to like lighten your day. Go on Black Twitter. I promise you, you won't regret it. Okay. So, red Starburst. Now we're gonna get into the yellow Starburst. I personally, again, all my personal opinion, I personally believe that Instagram is the yellow Starburst. Why do I say that? Let me tell you. For me personally, sometimes I could bear with the yellow Starburst. Like if there were a bag, if you had a bag of candy, right, and there were no other pinks or reds in the bags, and it was just like yellow Starburst with other pieces of candy, I might, depending on how I'm feeling on the day, I might grab a yellow Starburst and enjoy it. Sometimes I don't want it. Get it out of my face. That's how I feel about yellow Starburst, right? Hence why I think that Instagram is equivalent to the yellow Starburst, because sometimes you like Instagram and sometimes you really don't like Instagram. Like, I am starting to change my relationship with Instagram. I kid you not. Aside from the fact that I have the podcast Instagram, the way that I post on my personal IG, I have spent too much time thinking that I have to like curate posts and, it has to look this way and I have to find the right like caption and I have to do this and I have to do that, all for it to get 17 likes, 35 likes, 52 likes. Like, and in hindsight, that's a lot of people, because imagine you outside and there's 52 people telling you, "Oh, I like that. I like that." You feel like, "Oh my god, like that's a lot." Right? This idea of numbers on social media has become just like, that's it. That's kind of where our mindset has been reconditioned to thinking that this amount of numbers and it's just all about likes and likes and likes and likes and likes. And that's why I think that the best thing that Instagram did was introduce that hide like feature. Oh Lord. Yes, thank you. I don't need to see how many people liked your post, or just, you don't need to see how many people liked my post before you decide if you want to like it or not. Popularity contest. If you actually like my stuff, like it. I don't understand what does that take away from your life, from simply double tapping something. Like, y'all be haters on Instagram sometimes. For real. It's like if you don't know somebody, you're not going to like their stuff. That's kind of weird. And again, I guess Instagram is kind of like redeeming themselves in a way, because in addition to the hiding the likes and shares feature on certain posts and things like that, you have the repost feature. The repost feature, I think that is a very, very, very fire option. Again, taking ideas from TikTok, the pink starburst. Thank you. That repost button is essential, kind of, for people that are really trying to get their content out there, because what the repost option does on Instagram is it puts the content that you like. So if I like something, right, and I follow a page or something like that, or I see a post that comes across my screen and I repost it, it's going to come across my followers' feed. Why? Because a follower of yours likes this, you might like it too. Let's see if you're interested in it. So I think that it's cool. It's a very cool feature because you also get to, like I said, get your content out there to people that you're not in community with, people that you don't communicate with on a daily basis, people that you don't even know, like literal strangers. And if they like it, they like it. So that's why I think that Instagram is the yellow starburst. Then we get into the last, and to me, the least, the orange starburst. Which social media platform you think I think is the orange starburst? Facebook, exactly. I know you said it too. Facebook is the orange starburst. Again, my personal opinion, I hate orange candy. Any orange candy, it's nasty. Get it out of my face. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. If I need something to chew on, I just need something to wet my whistle a little bit, then maybe if it's the only thing around and available, whatever. But of choices, if it's among choices, it's not being chosen. It's just not. Why not? Facebook's evolution is sick. It needs to be studied. Facebook was created, again, to connect with family members and people that, if you live somewhere, you lived in a hometown and you no longer are able to communicate with those friends that you had in your school, or those neighbors that you live next to, or those people you rode the bus with, those kids you rode the bus with, or let's say you grew up and you are now going to high school, but like you want to reconnect with people that you went to elementary school with, you go search them up on Facebook. Exactly. That was the beginning. Now Facebook has become like you can see people's like full deaths and dead bodies plastered all over Facebook. You can see pornography on Facebook. You can see there's a lot of comedic things on Facebook. I'm not gonna yai. I go to Facebook to laugh. I do. There's a lot of tomfoolery, straight up tomfoolery on Facebook. Statuses, videos, pictures, like just a bunch of jokes. I key all the way to bed. Seriously. However, there's a lot of rage bait and like think pieces and conversation starters on Facebook that really makes you question, like, do you really feel this way? Or are you saying this because, again, you're monetized now on Facebook. So if you get a certain amount of engagement on a post, you make a certain amount of money for that post. So people get up there and they say the wildest things in the world. Again, are you saying this because you mean it, or are you saying this to rage bait people because you're gonna get people that's gonna come up here and check you and be on some, yo, are you good? Is everything okay? Lights on? Anybody home? Like, that type of a stuff is on Facebook. Me, I get rage baited pretty easily. Not on some, I'm going to engage and like tell you where you're wrong, tell you tell you everything. But on some, like, I see it, I get angry. And depending on how angry I get, I may respond. I may share my opinion. I may chime in. I may. But also, I'm now so upset about like whatever I just saw that I'm just going to bloop, scroll off, close the app, or just scroll to the next post and go laugh. Because that's what I'm on there for. I'm on there to laugh. It's that connection piece, that heavy connection piece has phased out really heavily. And orange starburst, I don't like it. Nasty. But let's get back to like the creation of content and like this idea of engagement and things like that. At the end of the day is going to end. Post what you want. Post what you want. As long as you're not like physically harming anybody with your content, emotionally harming anybody, you're not bullying or harassing nobody, like, bro, post what you want. Who cares? Like I said, there's an audience out there for every type of piece of content that you thinking in your brain to create. There's an audience out there for it. There is. You're going to find it maybe not initially, but eventually as you continue to grow and continue to really like put yourself out there on different scales, you're going to find the people that you're going to find your people. You're going to find the people that you relate to, the people that can relate to you. And it'll be a joyous time, but you won't know and you won't find them until and unless you post the content. Post it because you love it. Be passionate. We need to find the passion again behind content. I think that that's what's really missing behind everybody's like content looking the same. I feel like every time you scroll, it's like the same. Like I said, that run, don't walk, and the guys, I can't believe I found the most, the best, the least, the cheapest, the don't like the propaganda. I'm not falling for the TikTok propaganda anymore. I cannot. Where is the authenticity? That's what is missing. That is why the plot has taken a complete and drastic left turn. Authenticity. Be unapologetic and be authentic. Again, as long as you're not hurting nobody, harassing nobody, bullying nobody, bro, do it. Do it. I'm here for it. Don't think about who's going to engage. Don't think about your friends and family that like know who you are and see your stuff and don't share, don't repost, don't like you're not creating it for them. You're not creating it for that. Unless you are, and that's your business. Who am I to tell you not to? I'm just saying maybe try a different route. Like create from your heart, create from your soul, create from like your literal everything inside of you. Create it because you want to, not because you think somebody else would like it. And they might, they will, but it starts with you first. If you don't like it, why are you doing it? If you don't enjoy it, why are you creating it? For a check? Stop commodifying content. Bro, I swear, I wish, and let me not say I wish that they take that away, because a lot of people have changed their lives drastically off of commodifying content. The TikTok shop has literally put people out of working for 9-to-5s and working for themselves consistently, constantly, and not having to go back to that lifestyle. I really do give the idea of commodifying content and like the capitalization of creation, I give it the fact that it has helped change the lives of a lot of people around the world. Around the world. Pro. Con, everybody is doing it for a check. So everybody's content looks the same. Nobody is original anymore. And it sucks. Signed, a consumer of content and a creator of content. Please. Let's rein it in and again bring back the authenticity and the unapologeticness of content creation. That's it. That's all. Don't kill the messenger. I love you all. And if you see that your content is not being like accepted, or if you see that your content is not being like liked or valued or like whatever, still create it. Don't let that stop you. One monkey don't stop no show, right? Continue your creation. As long as you love it and you have a passion for it, somebody else does too. Amen? Amen. And to all my folks that are just not quite there, enjoy the ride, my love. We will get there soon. Signed, a content creator and content consumer. Cheers.